What is the number one question that mystifies scientists? Number one question.
Mystifies scientists. Is there life on another planet?
Oh, no. Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
And that confuses people.
This, we're just gonna put into a different bag.
Another big revelation was that Meghan said that she and Harry actually got married 3 days before the royal wedding. Great, now I feel like a fool for waking up at 5 a.m. to watch two married people get married.
She is an absolute user of the media. She uses every conceivable way to try and play the victim and score points.
I've already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain, and I'm quite free.
The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew. The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew. I'm guessing that he has been nudging the royal family. Can you believe what Meghan did, huh? Can you believe it?
Could this be the final straw for the Duchess of Sussex? Is it possible that a single, devastating 5-minute comedy sketch could do more damage than years of public critique?
The woman who destroyed her in-laws' family, whose own family doesn't like her, whose the in-laws obviously don't like her, the public doesn't like her, she seems to be one of the more vindictive, sort of nasty figures in public life.
And why is Hollywood suddenly turning its back on the Sussex brand? We are talking about a shocking revelation that has Meghan Markle's carefully polished public image unraveling live on television, thanks to a brutal, no-holds-barred takedown by late-night titan Jimmy Fallon.
This is a dangerous person. I don't like her.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Everybody who works for her quits. Everybody says she's a bully. She's very nasty. Not only is she incredibly controlling, but she's a bitch about it to everybody who works for her. When things inevitably start spiraling downward, she blames everyone but herself.
We've seen the whispers of dissatisfaction, but now the celebrity world is not just criticizing, it's laughing. The question is, how will the Sussexes fight back against this tidal wave of viral mockery?
Did you guys see this? Meghan Markle announced that her As Ever product line sold out in under an hour. It's strange when you marry a prince and you're the breadwinner of the family. Meghan was excited while Prince Harry was like, what the hell am I going to do with 3,000 cases of wildflower honey?
Jimmy Fallon didn't just lob a few subtle jabs. He went straight for the jugular, opening his monologue with a seemingly simple yet utterly bewildering question that has since become a viral meme. Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? This apparently innocuous joke about the Duchess taking pretzels from one bag and transferring them to another is, whispers say, a veiled metaphor for her penchant for controlling every aspect of her narrative.
Because that means the times might be changing around you and you are refusing to evolve. So I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
The crowd roared, not just at the absurdity, but at the recognition of this alleged need for total control. It's a classic open loop. The joke is funny, but the deeper meaning, the alleged need to micromanage everything, is what makes it scandalous. Was this just a harmless quirk or a symptom of a much larger personality trait that has reportedly driven staff away? We'll revisit the staff turnover crisis later, but first, let's talk about the comedy that really hit home.
And not shown to the public. I think that would have a lot of truths in it about Meghan and the bullying allegations or the revolving door of staff that she churns through, that she's had to sign NDAs. I mean, I don't want to listen to this woman about truth because the fact of the matter is she's a constant liar. Her whole brand is built on a spin of lies, and I don't trust a word that woman says. So I think that it is very, very low of her to insinuate that we should listen to her truth or she wishes that other members of the royal family told truths.
The next segment of Fallon's sketch focused on one of the most significant, shocking revelations from Meghan's own mouth, the claim that she and Harry were married 3 days before the royal wedding. Fallon's reaction was pure, unfiltered disbelief, expressing what many in the public allegedly felt, great. Now I feel like a fool for waking up at 5 a.m. to watch two married people get married. This joke, rumor says, highlights the deep public feeling of being used or manipulated. It transformed a romantic spectacle into a staged performance, devaluing the effort and genuine emotion of millions of viewers.
What do I authentically, organically want to share? I go back to the authenticity, right? It's what I love and it's what I want to share. I wanted to do what felt authentic, but also to be authentic.
This narrative of Meghan being an absolute user of the media who attempts to play the victim and score points is not new, but when it's delivered by a mainstream beloved host like Fallon, the impact is multiplied tenfold. This, sources confirm, is a high-stakes move that changes the public narrative immediately. In a moment of dark humor, Fallon's monologue then pivoted to the one person allegedly thrilled by the Sussexes' constant headlines, Prince Andrew.
I've got massive fatigue from the amount of stuff that she's foisting on us. It feels like every other week she's on this sort of unknown person's podcast or somewhere making a post or at a concert broadcasting her entire life out. I mean, for someone who yapped about privacy for so long, she's basically got the opposite of it. I mean,
the joke suggests Prince Andrew has been nudging the royal family, relieved to have the media spotlight shifted entirely off his own troubles. Hot diggity dog, that's my yacht girl, Fallon quipped, giving a voice to the belief that the constant Sussex drama has provided the ultimate distraction from other royal scandals. This comedic twist not only skewers the Sussexes, but also subtly reminds the audience of the extreme stakes involved in royal reputation management. It establishes a narrative. The Sussexes are now so controversial, so dominant in the news cycle, that their presence benefits others facing far more serious problems.
This is a joke, and I'm tired of some of these media outlets continuing to elevate this person when the reality is she's a grifter. Fake it till you make it. We don't accept that anymore. We want authenticity.
This is the unraveling of a carefully constructed brand, where their desire for privacy has resulted in maximum public exposure and ridicule. Fallon didn't stop at royal-adjacent figures. He unexpectedly pulled out a clip of former President Donald Trump stating, "I'm not a fan of hers," and adding a chilling warning to Harry. She's gonna need it. This insertion of a high-profile political figure into the comedy monologue amplified the crisis surrounding Meghan's reputation.
What a missed opportunity. What a waste of oxygen. What a waste of our time, if I'm being quite honest with you. How many people are going to give this woman a do-over? I've never seen somebody fail up as much as I've seen Meghan Markle fail up. And there is just little to no effort. Everything she does is just...
The host then highlighted the absurdity, asking who had Meghan Markle on their random Trump insults bingo card. The joke chain reaction is real. When the Queen of England and the President of the United States are both rumored to have beef with you, your standing is precarious. This led directly to the painful revelation that Meghan is ranked the second most disliked celebrity in the world. This statistic provides a punchline with real-world stakes, suggesting the public has reached a breaking point with the perpetual royal seasoning of her narrative.
With Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband. If that's what constitutes being a founder, then sure, Meghan Markle's a founder. She found a mansion in Montecito to live in. She found a sit-down interview with Oprah to bash and shank her in-laws and accuse them of racism. But founding, putting your name on some cheap jellies, jams, and dog biscuits, I don't know, sounds like a fall from grace for me.
Beyond the political and royal figures, the video introduces the relentless rumors of Meghan's alleged behavior behind palace doors. Stand-up comics and commentators are now openly treating the Sussexes like a buy-one-get-one-free deal of celebrity punchlines. The narrative is consistent. Whispers claim she is a dangerous person and a bully. Reports indicate that everybody who works for her quits, and she is allegedly incredibly controlling, blaming everyone but herself when things go wrong. This is where the comedy turns into a true unraveling of her public image.
You're marrying the monarchy. What did you think it was going to be like?
Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean.
You didn't do any research?
No. I've never looked up my husband online.
What? Let me introduce this thing called Google, okay? Over there, I think it's called Lori. It's full of useful information. For instance, it turns out your husband knew Princess Di. That might have been a hint that this was going to be a rough gig.
Fallon's bit hit different because he didn't use a single one-liner. He took their royal soap opera and added a late-night twist, serving it up to an audience who laughed like they'd been waiting years for this moment. This suggests a deep, underlying public fatigue with the couple's perpetual drama. The irony of Meghan's foray into her Arquil product line was another easy target for Fallon. He mocked the announcement that her product line allegedly sold out in under an hour, quipping, "It's strange when you marry a prince and you're the breadwinner of the family." This joke expertly uses conversational tone to highlight the awkward contrast between their royal status and their commercial endeavor.
Oh, and if you don't Google things, you're the only person I can show this to. It's a cat who plays the electric piano. You had to be there in 2007.
The comedy paints Harry as a bewildered spouse left with 3,000 cases of wildflower honey. This narrative of the Duchess as the ambitious, controlling financial engine and Harry as the passive, confused supporting player is a powerful and controversial twist on the fairy tale. It also introduces an open loop. Are they still truly living the high life, or are they desperately trying to stay relevant by selling jams?
No, I really am a middleman for jars of jam and tiny yogurts.
What? He works for Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Really
My dad
tiny jams, harvestable jams.
Yes, exactly.
Made from the oils of Montecito.
If Jimbo Reynolds wasn't dead, I would say he is Meghan Markle. Adjacent.
Fallon, along with other pundits, then targeted the couple's philosophical approach, specifically their belief in the power of yet, that hopeful fantasy that things will magically swing their way. Fallon made it clear that this isn't the power they need. What they need is the power of changing. This is a high-stakes critique because it moves beyond personality to call out their strategy as fundamentally flawed. By constantly replaying the same victim script, they are refusing to evolve, treating them less like royalty and more like a never-ending rerun. The truth, whispers say, is that they lack the capacity to change. This sets the stage for commentator Samira Gill to swoop in with a full-blown attack on the foundations of Meghan's brand, claiming she is a constant liar and that her entire narrative is built on a spin of lies.
The way they act, everything has been, abused by the public, by the press, by the royal family. So much in love. Move on. Get a life. Move on. And they just can't seem to, because their living is by telling their truth on the royal family. That's how they make their living.
Samira Gill's commentary focused on the most fragile aspect of the Duchess's brand, authenticity. The segment features a montage of Meghan repeatedly using the word authentic in interviews, which Gill savagely tore into, suggesting Meghan has turned being insufferable into a full-time job. This is a direct attack on her ability to relatability, the very thing she needs to sell her commercial products and secure her celebrity status. Kinsey Schofield added to this by calling Meghan a grifter who fumbled a royal opportunity that someone truly deserving should have had. The ultimate blow came from Megyn Kelly, who allegedly declared Meghan has nothing truly earned by her own name. She found a rich, famous husband, a mansion, and a lucrative interview, but founding putting your name on some cheap jellies, jams, and dog biscuits. Sounds like a fall from grace. This is an undeniable crisis of identity. The final brutal punch came from Stephen Colbert, who zeroed in on the most unbelievable claim of all, Meghan's assertion that she didn't do any research on the royal family before marrying Harry. Colbert's segment, a masterclass in comedic incredulity, landed like a brick, suggesting her royal unawareness wasn't just clueless. It was comedy gold. He mocked the idea that she didn't know she had to curtsy, or that the royal family lived in castles. The comedy then turned into a high-stakes warning, telling her to Google things like her own husband, and the explosive combination of Andrew Island and Epstein. This serves as a cliffhanger reminder that her lack of homework will always lead to her being burned. The question now isn't if the Sussex brand will face another scandal, but when. We've seen the viral takedown, but is this just the beginning of a coordinated unraveling? Join us next time as we dive into the shocking revelation of the alleged ghostwriter behind the latest tell-all book and the crisis it's causing within their inner circle. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.